Queensland is the next state adopting controversial lockout laws.
Musicians will struggle.
These controversial lockout laws.
15,000 protesters have rallied in Sydney.
The Queensland government's push for tougher lockout laws.
The pending January 2017 lockout laws are on the horizon and pose a great threat to the Brisbane entertainment industry, music being one of the hardest hit. The laws will see venues closing their doors at 1 a.m. and cool last drinks at 3 a.m. Although this may not seem extreme to some, most venues make the most of their money between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. With most gigs finishing around midnight, this leaves little time for punters to move between the venues in the aftermath of a headliner's set. This will see venues be forced to close their doors due to the reduced revenue made over the bar and on the door with ticket sales. Hey Kat, thanks for joining us today. Do you think, in your professional opinion, that lockout laws will decrease the amount of alcohol-fueled violence in the Valley?
I don't think so. I think that if people are going to go out to get shit-faced, they're just going to pre-drink earlier at their houses and then go to the pubs earlier to drink.
So, how will the proposed lockout laws affect your future as a booking agent?
As a booking agent, it's going to be less artists are now going to be able to book at one gig. I'm going to have to book multiple gigs and able to earn money, and less artists will be able to jump on that gig. So instead of having the opportunity to book maybe 3 to 4 bands on one night, I may only be able to book 2 bands on one night.
So, do you think that these lockouts are just a band-aid solution to something bigger?
Yes. I think if people like Anastasia Palaszczuk think that the lockout laws are a permanent solution, she's full of shit. Like, they clearly haven't researched into more options that protect the general public, that protect live music venues, that protect the creative industries in Brisbane, and they only care about the ability to shut things down. If they don't like it, then that's the way it is. And we're very fast becoming a nanny state.
So how do you think that the lockout laws will affect Brisbane's entertainment industry as a whole?
I think it will eventually force more gigs out into the suburbs, which is, I think, what we need. A lot of gig venues are now being closed down due to the fact that the rent prices are too high. The lockout laws have been forced in on all venues, blanketed across Brisbane. And it's just going to force people to take matters into their own hands and put on DIY gigs, which I think is a lot of what the music industry needs.
Being a young musician myself, I know how hard it is to get exposure in Brisbane, and I know how hard it is to get gigs in general. So we decided it was a good idea to go to QT and interview some of the music students who want to make music their living. This is what they had to say about the lockout laws. So what do you know about the 1 a.m. lockouts?
I don't know, my current knowledge of the lockout laws is that like obviously venues will cease letting people into their venues at 1 a.m. and then stop serving drinks at 3 a.m., which I think is like very counterproductive if they're trying to, build and sustain an economical nightlife.
So what do you know about the 1 a.m. lockout laws?
Not actually too much. I just know that they're coming to Brizzy soon.
How would these lockout laws affect your future as a working musician in Brisbane?
I think anything that damages the culture of open and vibrant culture of live music and just a genuine nightlife that seems to be what's being suppressed here.
The 1 a.m. lockouts pose a huge threat to the music and entertainment industry in Brisbane. Not only will they force intoxicated individuals onto the street after the lockout, but the laws threaten to close the doors of venues for good. This will impact on the lives of so many people who already all want to work in the entertainment, music or hospitality industries in our great city of Brisbane.